Hey guys, I'm Mike Burns for Severne Windsurfing North America, and today I'm going to introduce you to the brand new Severne Fox 3. Now, something I wanted to mention before getting to the sexy new Fox 3 is that if you're coming down Hatteras Way and you need a little improvement on your skills, you should check out OBXWindsurfing.com because we're running group clinics, private lessons, windsurf foil lessons, and anything else you need to learn on a windsurf board. So if you're looking to improve a skill you already have, maybe you lost, or if you want to try something new, check out OBXWindsurfing.com and we'll get you going. If you're a windsurfer that's been windsurfing around other windsurfers, there's a good chance that you have at least heard, if not seen, the Severne Fox. This board has become an instant legend and is one of the best-selling boards in the Severne lineup, arguably the best-selling performance windsurf board in North America, and for a good reason. The Fox has made it to legendary status for its ability to go as fast as possible in all water conditions. And this is across a wide user base, so it doesn't matter if you're a tuned racer or if it's gonna be your kind of first time go fast board. If you're in the straps and you're comfortable using outer board straps, this board is gonna take you to the limit and it'll keep you at the limit no matter how choppy the water is. So where has Severne improved on such a legendary board? All right, the first thing we were gonna go after is early planing, and the second was better jibing. And we've succeeded at both. So I received this Fox 125 behind me. I've had 6 or 7 days on the water in winds ranging from about 15 knots to 25 knots. And I've got also, to complement this, I've got a new Severne Moto 6.8 and 7.8. So I use those sails across that wind range. From the first time I stepped on this Fox 125, and now keep in mind, I've been using the Fox 2 120 for about 3 years. So I'm very well tuned into that board, its capabilities. And I can say the Fox 3 is another step up. We were working on early planing. The board clearly planes earlier than the Fox 2. We were working on jibing. This board jibes phenomenally through the chop. I was absolutely flying going into jibes at full tilt in bulky bulkhead chop in front of the camera. And I mean, the board looks like it's bouncing, and it does bounce, but it holds its course and holds its line. So even though the board bounces, it's gonna hold its course and hold its line. And then if you have normal chop, it just guns right through it. The improvement in the jibing and planing abilities of the Fox 3 to compare to the Fox 2 is something we're gonna notice. All right, so who's the Fox for? The Fox is for the person that wants to go as fast as possible, as easy as possible. So this is for somebody who likes to do a lot of long runs, out there blasting with their friends. They hate to get past, like getting past is the worst thing in the world, but it's the best thing in the world when you're just out there passing everybody else. And I can say the first few days on this, the comments, like I didn't tell anybody I was out on the new setup, and I was just kind of buzzing around my normal spot down in Hatteras. And some of the comments popping up were, you know, kind of amusing online, like people saying like, oh, I've never seen anybody go that fast, or I've got an iSonic, how come this guy's going faster than I am? Yeah, so it's kind of funny. It's funny kind of comments like that. But I will say, as a freestyler, the one downside about the Fox is that I have an event coming up that I have to compete in, and I spent too much time having too much fun on my Fox 3 and my Moto, where I should have been training freestyle, because now I'm catching up and brushing the rust off for some of my freestyle tricks. But that's just how much fun I had on the Fox. You can just push it and go, and it gets to the limit and just stays at the limit, and it's just so much freaking fun. And a lot of times when we're at speed, it means it's windy. And when it's windy, there's chop. So the Fox 3 is a nice V underneath across a good portion of the bottom section, and that's what keeps the board nice and stable and not flying away in the chop. Also to help out, Severne has designed on the deck these really cool they call them foot ramps. And I didn't know what to think. And I'll tell you, the first time I put my back foot in the strap, and there's that little hump there, it was a really cool feeling to be able to push on the fin, not just on my heel, because most like slalom boards, I've sailed a bunch of them, you're mostly on your heel and kind of holding the board with the strap. This little ramp actually gets your toes to engage as well. So when even though you're pushing sideways, you can really push on the opposite side of the board using your toes and your full foot. So it gives you a lot more like self-awareness of what the board's doing, and it gives you really good feedback from what the board wants to do, so you can course correct really easy. You get more leverage over the other side of the board, and it was a really nice thing. What I wasn't expecting on the foot ramp is and I noticed this from the very first jibe. So that little foot ramp extends a little bit in front of the rear foot strap. So when you come around on the jibe, you flip the sail and you switch your feet. You're not going straight into the back strap, but this little hump right here actually lets you push right against the opposite side of the board. So when you push against there, it lets you hold that speed coming out of the jibe to stay fully planing with that extra pressure with the back foot. The Fox 3 does have inner and outer straps. Now don't confuse this with a board like the Dyno. So the Dyno is more of a free wave board. It's meant to be sailed in the waves. So when you adjust the Dyno straps, you're really in the middle or you're outboard. The Fox, they're outboard positions. It's two, so the inner one is maybe if this is your first like really go fast board. Like my wife Christina, she likes the straps on the inner set, and she'll buzz past you. Like she can motor, but she's more comfortable with the board on the inner straps. That said, on the outer straps, I motor a little bit faster. So sorry, Chrissy, but it's true. We know, we tried. But yeah, so if you put the straps all the way on the outside of the board, like you have full tilt, pressure, and leverage on that fin, and you're just gonna go that extra, like shift it into fifth gear, and you just get up to even higher speeds. So that's what's great about the Fox. It's like the perfect board to introduce yourself to a really fast board, and then when you're ready, you move the straps out, and then you just like take it up another little notch, you know. So it's one of the cool things about the Fox is it's really friendly and not scary to get on, and then when you want to go, you can really get going. One thing that I liked is you move a little further forward, the board's pretty flat around the mast track. So I like this because what I was, when you're tacking a big sail, a lot of times your footwork is a little slower than when you're tacking a smaller sail. So it made a nice steady kind of platform, being that the board's flat, to tack around, or if you're slogging, it's nice and easy. It's a really easy slogging board, if the wind dies off to get back home. So good job, Severne, with that. Moving forward, the mast track does have a little, you can see a little guide there where Severne kind of recommends the base. And this is key though with the Fox, and this is the same thing with the Fox 2. The more you move it forward, the more that V that's on the bottom of the board is going to want to get into the water. And the more that V is in the water, the more stable the board's going to get. So if you want to maybe, if you're not so comfortable yet going really, really fast, you put the straps on the inboard position, you put the mast base a little bit forward, it'll put that V in the water, and it'll be like a fast cruising, more connected board. Now, if you're like me and you're ready to go and you want to pass that guy, straps are outboard and straps are back, and that mast base comes back. And when that mast base comes back, what it does is it takes pressure off the nose of the board. So instead of pressuring the nose down, it's going to free up the nose of the board, and that's when you really start to feel what the Fox is about, because now the Fox is just on the fin, it's flying, skimming across the water, and like being at full tilt like that, so easy on the Fox. It's just a simply incredible feeling, and you can just, I'm out there just hunting people, you're like, who's next, who's next, who's next, and then you're passing people, you're going so fast you don't realize you're passing, you're like, oh, I just passed somebody. But it's so much fun. I can't explain how much fun this thing is. And one last thing to mention, every Severne board and sail comes with this handy dandy Hex 4 tool, which is stored right up inside the sail at all times while you're on the water. So this is designed to adjust anything that might have come loose during your session, like the battens, or the foot straps, or the fin screw. This one tool does it all. And then when you get back to the beach, it's also a bottle opener. So you can go back there and enjoy a cool brew with your friends. Cheers, guys, and I'll see you at the beach in Hatteras. Is why I love the reviews.